What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you with another Danmachi video. And I said we talked about Fire Zone a little bit earlier. Unfortunately, it's only been now that I can get the video out. So let's talk about this event and see if we can... Well, what we're going to do here, basically, is we're going to try to flex... Not even flex. We're going to try to make that bell do as much as humanly possible. Now, he's only +4. He's not max limit broken. He's only 3-star ascended. He's really not the best of the best. He doesn't even give himself a percentage increase. All he does is give himself 85% damage. And that's kind of it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try to produce as much damage as we can and see if we can get a force feed, if not an S clear, at least something really, really, really close out of him. Now, I'll go over the team build here in a minute and why I've got this. Yes, my assists are off the chain. I did do that, and I'm using the best possible assists that I can find for this. And the whole reason behind that is because I just want to basically see if we can push came to shove. We just didn't have any adventurers that are good enough for the event. What if we just had one decent one? Can we make this work? So let's try it. All right, I'm going to debuff here with Haruhime. We're gonna. There's no point in debuffing with Bell. He doesn't have any other buffs aside from his SA, so we're just gonna basically do a superclass AOE attack. Okay. In fact, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna do a base attack with him. Reason being, I don't want him to run out of MP, and there's a high chance that before, if we do a bunch of these AOE attacks in the beginning, he could very easily just run out of damage early. So we're just basically gonna do a base level attack with him. All right. Haruhime, she will do a defensive buff, but I'm not going to do that on this turn. I'm going to go ahead and do... In fact, you know what? She does all allies MP. I don't even need to worry about that. I'm going to continue doing Cold Rush with him. She does an all allies MP heal. That'll be really nice. And she does do strength, magic, and water attack damage 20%. So she'll help him produce a little bit of early damage. Nothing compared to like what he's going to do it later on. And then, of course... We've got Line for the 33% SA gauge charge. And I do have the Finn on Haruhime, who's also going to give them 33% on the assist side. So that's going to be super handy. And of course, Chigusa actually has the Casino Seer on her. So when she comes in, she should be getting 100% on both the adventure side and the assist side. And we're just going to try to spam SAs as much as humanly possible. All right, here we go. Looks like we already need that defensive buff. Oh, it's because she didn't debuff. Well, that's not very handy at all. Alright. That's super annoying. Anyway, I clearly screwed that one up. We're going to Cold Rush again. Shouldn't affect her SA gauge charge. Basically, what we're going to try to do is we're trying to get off a double SA with Haru and Bell. And then basically then just spam Bell's SA after that. Now, it's going to be a little slow going in the beginning, but once it picks up, it'll pick up quick, okay? We're going to do Snow Silver one more time. This time, we're actually going to do the debuff with Haruhime, which we should have done first time. Annoying. And we're going to do this Water Resist down 35%, Guard Resist down 30% debuff with the new eyes. And that's just basically going to give us the most possibility to produce the most damage, you know, in these runs. All right? Now, we do have another defensive buff. I don't think we're going to hopefully need it. Fingers crossed. With Haruhime's 40%, we should be fine. Though Chigusa does not have any bonds in her, so we'll play it by ear. Alright. We're going to go ahead and do the 100% SA gauge charge with Chigusa. And I'm going to go ahead and do Sheikah, actually, with Haruhime. And the reason I'm going to do that is because, well, simply put, that extra penetration damage we will need with Bell. So let's go do that. Bell's going to continue doing Cold Rush. We're going to continue doing Snow Silver to try to basically ensure that we're producing as much damage as possible early on. Let's do this. Alright. Had a little sloppy beginning here, but now I think we're into it and we're moving. Okay. Yosuga now will ensure that all these debuffs and buffs stay in place. We're not really worried about any more of that nonsense. SA gauge charge will continue to be restored, so we're good on that front. Everyone should continue to have that. Let's just double check it. Now, Bell is debuffed. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Winter Haruhime to remove those debuffs. Those debuffs are bad. Those debuffs are going to hurt us in the long run. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do anything this turn, but they'll get rid of them for next turn. And she's not a damage producer, so I'm not worried about the debuffs on her, but, you know, it's a thing. Chigusa should have her 100% SA gauge charge. She does have an AoE attack, but I'm going to try to avoid using that, only because Haruhime is... Yeah, you know what? We might as well take advantage of everything we got at our disposal, right? We might as well try. Chigusa's not going to produce all that much damage, and we're not SAing with her, so we're just going to go ahead and just basically spam Ice Blade. It's a super class physical water, but she doesn't have any physical buffs. She doesn't really have much going on there. It's just going to try to just help us see if we can get this clear out a little bit faster. All right, let's go. Now, the debuff should hopefully, unless they re-debuff Bell, should be gone at the end of this turn. Let's see how that works out. And then if that's the case, then we could double SA next turn with Haru and Bell. Perfect, they're gone. Absolutely perfect. I'm going to go back to doing Snow Silver, try to build up our MP again. And we're going to do a double SA with Haru and Bell. Hopefully Bell can produce something really nice in this turn. That is kind of the entire goal here. All right, let's go. Now, I am aware that it's a negligible amount of damage that he's going to do. He's only doing 15% more on the physical side. Doesn't even affect his water side. But if we spam SAs nearly as frequently as I think we're going to, I think it's actually going to pay dividends in the long run to do this early buff with Haru. All right. Now, he's going to hit a tiny bit harder here than he will when he's solo. But once again, I think that's going to make up for what he's going to do on the backside. If we could break 400k, that's perfect. That'd be great. He's got penetration damage. He's got some critical rate. He should be able to do it. Actually, you know what? Let me take that back. 300k is perfect because you know what? His 85% water damage actually hasn't kicked in yet. It kicks in after that turn. So maybe we'll see better damage on the next turn. I completely forgot about that little caveat. So before I get distracted and get, you know, upset by what is kind of an unrealistic expectation, I need to go back, reset, and bear in mind what we're doing here. All right. Here we go. All right, they debuffed Haruhime. They have not debuffed Bell. Fingers crossed they don't. And hopefully... Now, we haven't needed the Winter Haruhime's... we haven't needed her buff. I'm going to go ahead and do Dancing Snow in this turn just to be on the safe side. And the reason I'm going to do that is because if they debuff Bell, we probably will be able to have an opportunity to remove that debuff. So, yeah. Fingers crossed. We don't want Bell debuffed. We want to try to SA with Bell as often as possible without those debuffs to see if we can make this happen. Now, my goal isn't just to finish it. As you can see earlier, I did get an A clear. It was pretty simple, pretty straightforward. My goal is to try to get an S clear out of it. Now, that's a big stretch. That is a huge stretch. But Bell does not have any debuffs. Maybe we can make this work. Let's try. Let's try. Okay. I'm going to go back to Snow Silver. Build up that MP again, because once again, if MP runs out, we're going to kind of not enjoy life very much. And Winter Haruhime's attack does tend to utilize a lot of MP. It's very MP heavy. All right, go Bell. Ooh, nice. He got a 400k hit. That's perfect. Perfect. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I'm hoping for. And looks like we can get another MP or another SA right in a row. So long as he's not debuffed, that would be perfect. He is debuffed. He is debuffed. All right. So I do Dancing Snow in this turn and Cold Rush. We got to remove that debuff before we can attack again. Now, with every debuff we receive, that pushes us out and makes an S clear less and less and less likely. But if we can get the 400k a few times over, we can kill them. Let's see how much health they have left. 3 million. It's going to be really close. I don't think we're going to be able to do it, but let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. You never know. All right, Snow Silver once again. That's just going to make sure that we rebuff that MP so we don't run out of MP, because that would be no fun. Now, there is a certain tactic to maybe... I did have Riv on this team at one point where I was getting just SA after SA after SA. Sometimes you get 2 SAs in a row. The big problem is with these units debuffing you. Like, I'm sure you could get a lucky run-in where you just don't get debuffed and you're able to spam SAs and go ham. In that situation, yeah, it would kind of be a no-brainer. But I've not gotten that lucky, so this is more of a, like a, I don't say realistic, but it is kind of is a more realistic take on what you could do with a team like this. Okay, and bear in mind, Belle's the only one really doing damage. Shigus is doing a tiny bit, but she's not. I mean, she's just chipping away at their health. She's not doing a whole heck of a lot. It's all Belle working. I don't even remember what Chigusa's SA does, honestly. Even if it's a debuff, I still wouldn't tempt it, only because, look at that, critical impen with almost 400k damage. That's just beautiful. This is really, really, really beautiful. Man, if we could do that with the extra 100% from Riveria, it'd be great. But she didn't do it. It's just, we got debuff left, right, and center. All right, so we have the debuffs on again. So we're going to go ahead and do Dancing Snow, try to get rid of those. We're going to try to do Cold Rush one more time. We've got 3 turns, and they have like probably 1.5 million health. So I don't know. I don't think this is going to get us clear. The possibility is extremely slim. Let's see. We're going to do 400k damage, and they're at 1.8. So I think we can kind of count out an S clear, but who knows? Let's try it. Debuffs are removed. Belle's pretty much free and clear. Let's see what old boy's ready to do. All right. So you'll notice that the Winter Haruhime does... She still does a whole lot for these teams. She's still extremely relevant. That MP heal, the buff removal. Oh, that was not a very good hit. Oh. Yeah. That was about 100,000 less than what we'd seen before. So I'm guessing we didn't get critical or penetration, or we lacked one or the other. So most likely that called it. Let's see. They've got 1.3. Yeah, no, it's not an S clear. No longer an S clear. We'll clear it, but we're not going to S clear it. All right. I'm going to go and do Dancing Snow to remove all of those debuffs. Remember, she reduces debuffs by 2 turns. It's a 3-turn debuff. So once the debuff is applied, you can use that Dancing Snow to remove it, and you'll be golden. Now, the fun part is, if they literally had 1 million less health, this would be it. This would be the last turn, and we would have S-cleared it. But this is the unfortunate reality. Now, here's the fun part. If Belle, on the other hand, were Max Limit Broken, Max Ascended, we probably would have already beaten this. So it's about picking your battles, picking intelligent battles, and choosing how you want to proceed. Chigusa, unfortunately, is out of steam too, but she wasn't really a top damage producer. I wasn't really too terribly worried about what she was doing. Go Belle. I think Chigusa is an insect killer on top. I don't remember which one she kills, but she does one of those. Okay. So we did not get the S clear. That is truly unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. But that isn't to say we're out. We are still in the game. We could still win this. And we will win this, frankly. I mean, it's a no-brainer at this juncture. All right, let's see. All right, can we do it on turn 17? No, we will not, because Belle is debuffed. So we got to do Dancing Snow one more time. All right. Yep. We gotta do Dancing Snow one more time, and that's gonna give us enough to kill him on turn 18. These debuffs, am I right? So you can do this. It is totally doable. You just got to play it smart. Build a decent team. Strategize. In this case, my strategy was literally just spamming specials and not getting debuffed. So build yourself a good strategy. Even if you only have one good unit, you can still beat this. Now, you're not going to ask clear. You're not going to get the greatest numbers in history. That's not the point. The point is to get the Ascension rewards. That's another thing that would have made a huge difference here. I don't believe the Hestian knife is fully ascended, and that would have made a huge difference in the damage. I don't think it would have S-cleared it, but it would have made a huge difference in damage. Oh, they're not dead? Oh, come on. And we're debuffed again. That's fine. That's fine. That's unfortunate. So maybe if we ascended his weapon, that might help too. Every little bit counts. Maybe if we could probably play with the numbers, get him producing 450 on the regular, and that might eke it out. But either way, you know, it's a fairly easy event. 7th Zone is nowadays. And with the newer units, the newer metas, and units that get an extra percentage boost on top of their stat boosts, you know, some of these units are going to be absolutely filthy for this. So we'll come back and we'll try to revisit this when we get more of those units. But for now, that is an A clear. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments section. Are you still having problems with these? Is there maybe something I'm not covering on these that would help you guys out? Let me know in the comments section what kind of things you guys want from 7th Zone, because I'm going to be real. I think we've covered it to death, but I do want to bring it each and every week to make sure you guys know how to strategize. So let me know what would help you guys out. For now, this can be the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.